There's always a light. Let's go!
What is up, guys? It's UndeadGeppy here, and today I have a new video. This is a speed painting type video, because I already had all this drawn out. So I really wanted to record this. I just forgot to when I was just originally drawing out the lines, but as you can see, I got all of that pretty much drawn out. And this I was actually super happy with. This is the second attempt at sort of a logo-y thingy for a server, and yeah, I just wanted to try it again, and I thought it looked a lot better this time, and I will have the finished at the drawing at the end. But that's not really about it. I'm telling a story today on top of this, so this is the true story that happened to me and some friends, and as the title will probably be, yes, we did in fact get in trouble for memes. So basically, I'm 14 and I'm going into high school next year, so this probably took place in, I guess, 7th grade? Yeah, 7th grade. So what happened was me and some friends, or some friends of mine, started a Google Doc, and our school is very, like, computer oriented. This is gonna come back later, but our school has a lot of stuff that you can do on computers, and they center a lot of their curriculum around Google Drive, and their apps and whatever. It's very odd that way, which is, you know, it's fun, it's interesting, but it can make it hard when you don't have computers. But moving on, they started this doc on the school email, and we had the school made us separate email accounts to use for our teachers and, like, for everyone just to communicate and do projects, which is a good idea. But they made a Google Drive on this, and it had a really stupid name. Like, it was something really dumb and pointless, like, I don't know, it was like just a random combination, sorry about that, just a random combination of letters, and it was just really, I don't know, it was very odd, and someone made it, and basically, they invited a few friends to join, and basically it was like a giant Google Doc full of, like, memes we've collected. I know it sounds really weird, but, you know, when you have access to computers and you don't really have anything else to do, you sit around and collect memes on a Google Doc. So, you sort of just, that's sort of what it was, and it's really important to understand, like, how this happened. I don't think I deserved what I got, but basically, they were, like, all sort of, like, you know, they were, like, things you'd find on iFunny, like, nothing, like, actually, like, you know, graphic, but they were, you know, humorous in sort of a darker way, and weren't always super PG, but basically, I got invited. I was like the second, maybe not even the second, I was like the 5th person to get shared on this doc, and I didn't really, like, I know I was like, oh my god, share me, because I wanted to be on this, like, I wanted to see what's going on, and, you know, be part of this thing with my friends, and, well, they shared me, and I guess I added, like, one really stupid GIF I found on the internet, like, the first thing you find, like, you search up GIFs, or, like, whatever. I just dragged something there just to, you know, make it seem like I did something, even though it wasn't really anything, like, serious. And, like, 2 days later, not even 2 days later, a day later, there's, like, my friends are like, oh my god, they found out, oh, the school found out about this, and I was really worried. Like, I had no idea really what he meant by that, like, because, I mean, to be totally honest with you, I don't really see the problem in, like, just having funny pictures or whatever, but, and I didn't actually check in on it after I posted my own thingy, and I just left it there, and basically, and I was, like, so weird. I was trying to, like, figure out a way, maybe I can get myself off of the dock, and then I remembered that they have this, or I'll get into that later, but I tried to get myself, like, off of it. I tried to delete my thing. None of it worked. We got all our access taken away, and, like, the school administrator, basically, kicked us all off, or at least took our permissions away, so we couldn't really do anything. And oh my god, it was horrifying. And then probably like a few periods in, like a few of my friends had already gone to talk with, I don't even know, it was probably like the principal or the dean or someone. I forget what their job was, but there was some like person of power here, and they're like, Guthrie, which is my name, Guthrie, come on, yeah, it's like, or they didn't say it like that. I'm trying to think of how they would announce that you need to go see them, but they were telling me to go outside with them. They picked me in the middle of, I believe, social studies, and he sat me down and he's like, Guthrie, what is this? And he just showed me this page full of, okay, now I know I said like it was nothing messed up, but I didn't check it for a day and it got insane. Like, okay, so I guess they invited 2 more people, and I remember at least one of them, and oh my gosh, this kid honestly didn't care. He was just a character, you know. He really just did not care at all about school or anything, and oh man, he just went to town on that doc. And this is like one of those times I'm like, oh my god, I was just like freaking out. I'm like, I had nothing to do with that. It's like, but you added something. And I said, yeah, I added one thing, but it doesn't really matter. And it just went sort of back and forth like this, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but it's like, what do you have to say about all this stuff? And I didn't know what to do. I was speechless, because like, I know that really didn't belong, you know, in school, but I didn't have anything to do with it, so there's nothing I could do. So basically, I ended up like getting talked to, and they're like, you know, we might have to send this to your parents. I don't even know if they did, but I was like really worried. I really hope they didn't. I don't think they did, but I guess they got an email or something. And so yeah, basically what happened was that me and everybody on that could not use computers for, I don't know, it was like a really long time. It was, I believe, a few months, or until at least the end of the year. And this was like actually really kind of annoying, because we had a lot of projects coming up, because, you know, the end of the year, or nearing the end of the year, we had a lot of projects coming up that we had to do on computers, and we just couldn't use them, and it was so annoying. And there wasn't really, like, at that moment, a way to get them done. So now I am gonna sort of like spoil this for you. I did end up getting it back, because I wrote out a letter, like an apology about what I did, and, you know, and it was like really odd, because I would never see myself in a position where I'm writing to, you know, the assistant principal about why I shouldn't have joined a meme page in school or something. Like, I don't really, like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to react or what to say, so that's sort of just how that went down. Now, one thing I think that really kills it for me is that the day before I joined that, I was invited by my, I guess, reading, writing, literature, English teacher, I guess, to be on a podcast. I don't know what the group was, but the subject was, believe it or not, are you responsible using technology, or something like that. It was like about how, you know, how teenagers use technology, and I was like, okay, sure, I'd love to, and I did, and I spent like 15 minutes talking about how responsible I was, how mature I was, you know, how I never, you know, I always never got into any trouble on the internet, I was never cyberbullying anybody, you know, and I mean, this is all true, I guess, but it's important to understand that I guess some of those things, you know, I was like sort of saying that I would not do things that I had done like literally 24 hours later. You know, not as big a deal, but it was just really weird the next day, because that teacher was the person, and I was like relatively close to this teacher. She was probably one of my favorite teachers. She was very nice, and I felt so odd and so uncomfortable sitting in a classroom right next to her, typing an apology about why I made this, why I was part of this, page that should not have been, a lot done in school. And it was really weird because she kept on like glancing over at me, and I felt like I just sat down and lied to her and all of her and her like podcast friends for like 15 minutes. And I didn't. I mean, like I like to think that I'm pretty responsible in technology, and this is like one of those times that you're at school and you're messing around with your friends. And either way, I don't really feel like it was that big of a problem because I didn't actually contribute anything inappropriate, but it was just so it was such a weird feeling. Um, and like I said, it's like one of those things where it was really weird trying to like sit next to this teacher. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess that's kind of how I got uh, you know, in trouble for memes for the to make a long story short. But yeah, that was like one of the many odd experiences in middle school for me. Um, so yeah, I don't really. Yeah, it was very strange, and like I said, I never thought I would be in that type of situation, but I guess I was. Um, so yeah, I guess that's gonna be it. I hope you enjoyed this speed paint for this logo for Minecraft Kingdoms. That's Jacob Craft server, and yeah, maybe I can do another story if you guys want me to, or I can do another speed paint or both together like I did with this. And I hope to see you all next time. So see you later. Bye.